thanks for watching. So today I was inspired to film a makeup video on the Ariana Grande Side to Side makeup that she had in. She had, I think it was like a couple different makeup looks in that video, but there was one that really stood out to me and that I really wanted to recreate. So this is what I did today. It's a lot of pinks and purples and it's a really bright look. I wouldn't say it's an everyday look, but I had a lot of fun filming a different tutorial. I would probably definitely wear this like on a girls' night out, bachelorette party. So if you want to know how I got this look, let's go ahead and get started.
Hey y'all, so first off, I'm using a concealer to set my eyeshadow. I like using a concealer. If you like to use an eyeshadow primer, that's fine too, whatever suits you best. Next, we're going straight into shadows using that first color. I'm just using the bone color. This is from the Morphe 35N palette, and applying with a flat shader brush, I'm just going to apply all over the lid and up to the brow bone. This is going to help the shadows blend more effortlessly. Then going in with our transition shade using a big fluffy blending brush, applying it right into the crease, then flicking out towards the end to create that sharp edge. Next, we're going into the fun colors using that same brush and same technique, blending right below the transition color. Now you want to be careful when you use a tone like purple because eyelids tend to have purple colors in it, you know, with your veins and all that stuff, so you don't want it to look like you got punched in the eye. So you just want to be careful with the blending. Don't apply too much of the eyeshadow onto the brush, just work slowly and blend into it. Now for my favorite color, pink. This pink is bright, hot, and sultry. I love it. I'm just using a flat shader brush from MAC and packing it onto the eyelid, being careful not to take that pink up a little too high and mess up our blending. Next, going in with this deeper plum purple, using that first brush we used and applying this to the outer portion of the lid, flicking up at the end right there, and then bringing that color a little bit into the crease as well. Then I grabbed that big fluffy blending brush just to make sure everything is blending nicely. Now going in with my BH Cosmetics 88 Neutral Eyeshadow Palette, taking the shimmery purple with a denser blending brush, just going on top of those purples to create a more vibrant purple and still staying below that transition color. Next, using the shimmery lilac color with a pencil brush, applying it from the inner corner of the eye all the way out to that edge. Then I'm grabbing that big fluffy brush again and blending it all to make it look seamless. From what I could see, it looked like she had an inner corner highlight, so I'm just using this shimmery pink as my inner corner highlights. Then I'm using that big fluffy brush to blend it all out. Next, my favorite tip is using a makeup remover wipe to clean up that edge and make it nice and sharp. Then with a clean fluffy brush, just blending out those harsh lines. Moving on to liner, y'all, this Inglot liner is life. Like, I've never used such a smooth gel liner before. I'm in love. So I just used a liner brush and worked on that wing. Ignore the lighting change and my camera focusing in and out. Whenever I get closer to the camera, it has a harder time focusing, so sorry. Almost done with the eyes, but now moving on to the face, I'm using the Loreal Face Primer. I'll have all the products listed down below in the description box, but I'm just applying this with my fingers, and make sure your hands are clean. Moving on to foundation, I'm using the Better Skin Maybelline foundation, pumping it onto the back of my hand so it gets warm, and applying with a damp beauty blender. Next, just applying that same Better Skin concealer we used in the beginning and highlighting all the areas I want to bring forward. Then just setting my concealer with the RC May No Color Powder. Then brows though, voila, much better. Just dusting away all of the excess powder that I applied. Using this face powder by Loreal and a contour brush, I'm applying this to make my skin look more bronzed. Ariana is very tan, so I'm just adding some color and dimension to my skin. And I love using this face powder as a bronzer. I just feel like the color turns out really pretty and just adds vibrance to the look. Moving on to my favorite face palette, I gashed my highlight in there, sad day. But I'm using that middle blush color to apply under the cheeks with a big fluffy face brush. Then going back to the eyes, curling my lashes and applying mascara. Time for that highlight. I'm using that gold color from the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is gorgeous. Then I decided to contour my nose a little using that same bronzing powder that I used on my face. Then I use that same highlight on my brow bone. Moving on to lashes, these are the House of Lashes in Iconic, and I'm using the Nude Duo Lash Glue, which I didn't think I liked at first, but I gave it a couple of tries and actually loved the glue. It doesn't smell bad like the old glue, and those lashes stay on. Sometimes if my real lashes aren't blending with my false lashes, I like to use my eyelash curler to mesh them together, but I curl them ever so slightly. Going back to that deep plum with a pencil brush, just smoking out the lower lash line to pull together that look. Last but not least, moving on to lips, I applied this lipstick first and topped it off with the L'Oreal lip gloss. I love that Ariana Grande had a neutral lip and blush combo to tone down the eyes. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up so I know you liked it. And until next time, thanks for watching.